Hello, my name is Sean Ennis from Ennis Management, and thank you for joining me here on the Creative Collective. Today I'm honored to be joined by a very special guest. He's a songwriter and recording artist from Devon, England, Jak Lewis.
Hello.
So, how did you decide on your stage name?
Well, my full name is Jak Lewis Furlong, really, and I thought Furlong wasn't a really. It was a kind of odd name. I thought it was quite an odd name, so I just went with the stage name, just Jak Lewis, which is my first name, coincidentally.
Now, where did you grow up, and where are you from?
So I grew up in a place called West Buckland, which is in Devon. I'm originally from Wales, from Bridgend, but we moved down when I was about 2 or 3, and we've lived in Devon ever since. Really, I've just grown up in Devon.
Can you think of an earliest memory you have involving music?
I can, yeah. I remember I was sat in the back of the car with my parents. My sister's in the back of the car and my parents were in the car, and they were playing some music, and I think it was Elton John they were playing, back where we had the cassette players. And yeah, I remember just listening to that, and I just fell in love with it. I can't remember what the song was, but I fell in love with it.
And how did music influence you as you were growing up?
It was always there as something I could always rely on. There was always a song for whatever kind of mood I was in. It was whenever I felt down or bad about myself, I knew that there was a certain song I could listen to that would bring me up. And you know, it's just music in general has just influenced everything. It's always just been a one constant in my life that I can really fall back on and know that I can connect with a song on a different kind of level. So that's always just been important to me.
And how old were you when you started writing songs?
I was about, I'd say, 15 or 16.
And was that right around the time when you started to play guitar?
No, I started playing the guitar about 4 years ago, but I was singing before, but I'd never really sung around in public or anything like that. I'd sung for friends and family. And then I learned the guitar, and it just kind of all changed from there, really.
And what kind of drew you to the guitar? What kind of sparked an interest to made you want to start playing?
Well, I've always had a guitar. I've had one since a young age, but I've never learned to play it. I always thought it was too expensive. I thought that I'd never pick it up, really. So I just left it. But then I remember someone talking about an artist who'd self-taught himself the guitar, and that just kind of inspired me to think I can do it. You know, I may think that I'm not going to pick it up or anything like that, but I've got the guitar. There's no harm in trying, and it just kind of went from there. I mean, I've always wanted to be able to play it from a young age. I remember some kids in school just playing around with the guitars, and I was so envious because I couldn't play at all. And so I begged my dad for a guitar, and I got one, but I just never picked up, I guess out of fear, really. And then eventually I just kind of overcome that, and I dived right into it, really, and just went for it, and that's why I'm here, really.
And when it comes to playing the guitar, did you take lessons, or were you self-taught?
I was self-taught.
And can you talk about some of the challenges and hurdles that you went through in learning how to play the guitar?
Yeah, there were so many challenges with learning guitar. It was slow. It was very slow. I can't pretend it wasn't. It wasn't something I managed to pick up overnight. It was difficult to hold down the chords because as a guitarist, I think as other guitarists can relate to this, is that over time when you play the guitar, the skin on your fingers gets tougher. And before that, I obviously didn't have that when I was first learning. So my fingers always were bleeding, and I had string dents in them. But that was just me trying to hold down the strings and play. So challenges that I faced were just trying to sing at the same time, picking up the guitar, understanding the chords and understanding the fretboard and understanding my finger placement, because that's a major thing that even now I do struggle with, admittedly, because I'm self-taught. I didn't have that visual kind of 3D effect where you can see how your finger's supposed to be placed when you're holding the chords down.
And how long did it really take you to get comfortable with playing the guitar and singing at the same time?
It took, for the first song I'd ever learned, it took, I'd say, 6 or 7 months before I could sing just a part of the song, with the basic of chords. So yeah, it took me about that time.
And what was it that kept you motivated during this process?
Well, this is something that I still feel 100% when I'm playing. The thing that keeps me motivated and kept me motivated was the feeling I got with playing. I mean, when I first managed to play a song the whole way through, and the first time I managed to do some certain chords without even thinking about it, without looking at the fretboard, I just felt amazing. And I'd had dreams and everything of playing on stages, and I dreamt of it so much. And I dreamt of just, I guess, making a difference with music, and that kept me motivated massively, knowing that maybe I could do something that would help someone else's life with music. And that vision just kept me motivated. It kept me going, and it still does now. After, if I have a bad gig or something goes wrong, it keeps me motivated still.
What kind of music is your favorite to listen to?
I like John Mayer's sort of music. I'm big into Shawn Mendes because he self-taught himself the guitar the same way I did. And he's a massive kind of inspiration to me. But I listen to quite a lot because my mum has a lot of genre on her playlist that I listen to frequently. There's all sorts on there. There's 80s music. There's just loads of it. And so I listen to anything and everything, really. I mean, I've got a real appreciation for the time and effort that's gone into all music, and the instruments that are played in it, everything. So I listen to everything much.
And what music or artists have had an influence on you?
Let's say there's a song by John Mayer that's influenced me. The style of it and the sound of it has influenced me on a few of my songs. Not purposely, but I've listened back to the recordings and I've thought to myself, that sound, it doesn't sound similar, but you kind of associate it with them because they've got a similar kind of topic, I guess. I think that song is with Dancing in a Burning Room by John Mayer. I can't think of what the proper name for it is now. But that is a massive song that I listen to that's massive influence on me. But there's also like Titanium by David Guetta, which is something that I've always loved, and it's always my go-to song no matter what.
And what is it about that song specifically that has had such an impact on you?
It's the topic, really. really. The topic is a kind of sensitive area that I can relate to, relationship-wise, on both sides. Like I've had bad relationships where they've been dark times. I admit I've been in some really horrible times, and the song it touches base with that, and it just makes me feel that I'm out of that. You know, I've learned something from those bad relationships, and I'm stronger for it. And listening to that song kind of just reflects that, makes me feel that, you know, I'm stronger for it. I've learned from it, and so on, really. So it kind of resonates with me.
What genre of music do you consider your work to be, and how would you describe your music?
Well, my genre, I guess I wouldn't put it into one genre. I put it into quite a few, like country, alternative, indie, pop kind of stuff. I describe it as different. It's unique in a way. It's not the same as what you'd hear usually, but it's not bad different. Like from people who have bought my EP and from people who have listened to my songs, I've gained a good response, which means so much to me that I can't even express. But they said that it's different, but it's a good different. You know, there isn't a topic like this out there, which just kind of made me feel amazing. I can't describe.
Now, let's talk about your recent EP that you've released. Could you share the title and the creative process in putting together this project?
Yeah, my EP is called Believe in Me Again. The creative process is a strange one. It is, you know, it's not something where you can sit down and say, I'm going to write a song today. It's one of those things where you can't help it if a song comes out. I mean, there's everyday influences, that a word someone could say or something you see that really sparks off something in your mind, and your mind gets writing before you can even take the time to sit down and start thinking and trying to get things out. Before you know it, a word or something could turn into a song that you feel, where has this come from? But you know that it means something to you, and that's kind of my creative process. I mean, it just hits me, you know, somewhere at some time, something randomly just hits me, and then I just instantly inspired, and a song comes out, which makes it better that I play the guitar as well, because a few years back when I couldn't play it, it was so difficult when writing songs, because you'd write it, but you wouldn't have a tune to go with it, so it was difficult to how it was going to play out. But with the guitar, you can sit down, you can really dive into it, you can play the chords, you can get the song out, and it's just great. That's just my creative process, really. It just hits me, and then I start going. And it's usually when my mind's like stressed or something, or it's going tense and it doesn't. It's just if it's going mad, I just get these sudden releases of songs that are just, it's so strange to describe, really, the creative process, but that's how I describe it, really.
And you mentioned drawing inspiration from things that happen around you in your daily life. Can you elaborate a little bit more on what inspires you to create music?
Yeah, well, my music is like a story kind of music where I tell a story in it, really. My everyday influences, what I mean by that is things could happen like 10 years back or something like that, and I could write a song that would have 10 years worth of emotion in it. So it's just everyday things like that. So something happens, you know. If say for example, one of the songs in my EP is called "Sitting in a Lay-By," and I wrote it "Sitting in a Lay-By." It was because I was working, and I suddenly got this kind of sound in my head, and I thought, well, I could do something with this. So I quickly recorded just me humming something, and I was driving home, and I pulled over to lay by, and I was just sat there. I didn't have an idea of what I was gonna write, but being in that environment, just me sat there, the quietness, the nature around me, it just got me thinking. And then suddenly I started writing this song about trying to get home to someone that I love, and just being stuck there basically. So emotionally wanting someone, but being stuck in the lay-by basically, just thinking. And yeah, so my song just kind of unfolded like that from the influence that was around me, and that's where that came from, really.
Now, talk to me about your song, Someone Like Her. What was the creative process for this song, and what were some of the themes and topics that you covered?
Someone Like Her, I remember writing this one. I'd driven my girlfriend to see her parents, because we live about an hour drive away. So I'd driven her down to see her parents, and I remember I gave her a kiss and I gave her a hug. And I had to drive somewhere else because I think I had an appointment. And the appointment finished, and so I parked up just out of the way. And I had my guitar with me, so I pulled out the guitar, and I was just thinking about her. I was just daydreaming, and suddenly I just got carried away, I guess, because I found myself just playing this tune on the guitar, and it was kind of, I'd describe it as a beautiful kind of sound. There was something beautiful about it. I fell in love with as soon as I was playing it. So I quickly pulled out my phone, and going back to the creative process of it, there are times where I could just I pull out my phone just in case, because usually the first words that come out are the words that I really want to say, and they're the words that always make it into the songs I write, because they're the most important ones that have come out. Obviously, if they're first, they're the important ones that have kind of forced their way out, basically. So without me thinking, I started singing this chorus for Someone Like Her, and I was just thinking, well, where has this come from? You know, this isn't usually something that I'd sing about. But I surprised myself when I started playing it. And then the song just unfolded, and I couldn't stop playing it. I was just falling in love with it, and I was just thinking about my girlfriend. So it's a love song, and there's just something about it that it's just got an encapsulated, I can't get the word out, enchanting sound to it, and captivating. It's just something I describe as beautiful, really.
You know, it always fascinates me when I speak to producers and musicians to hear about their creative process, and it's amazing that you're just able to get inspiration just basically out of nowhere, have something just pop into your head that you can then turn into a terrific piece of music.
Thank you. So when I speak to other musicians and I ask about how they go about writing songs, they explain different ways of how they approach it, and some of my friends can sit down and say, I'm going to write a song, and they write a song, and I think I can't do that on the spot. I couldn't do that. It's difficult, but it's just my songwriting, just my true songwriting just comes from just some inspiration or some emotion I'm feeling, and I get it out as a song. So any of my songs that I've recorded and that are out there for people to listen to. I want them to know that it's not something that I've written just in the space of 5 minutes. Really, I mean, I've actually taken time with this, and this is true from my story, my emotions, everything. So it's unique and it's strange. Really, it's a strange process, but it's just one that I've always had.
And how long did it take you to complete this EP?
It took me 2 years, just about 2 years to complete it, because I recorded, wrote, and produced it all myself.
Now, I don't think there's a lot of musicians that could stick with a project for 2 years and not, get frustrated or kind of, stumble. What was it that kept you motivated to keep working to complete the project?
Well, I admit there are times where it's frustrated me so much, I can't even describe. But it's always the end product, that keeps me motivated. Knowing that the songs on the EP, the songs that people might relate to, and that's important to me. If I can help one person, even if it's just one person, that's still one person more than if I didn't write the EP and I didn't bother producing it or anything like that. And that kept me motivated. I've got some friends that really enjoy listening to my music, and just hearing them say that we can't wait to hear it. It keeps me motivated. Just getting a response from people and knowing that I'm doing something good, it keeps me really, really motivated to carry on with what I'm doing, even if there's bad times, even if I get frustrated. There's always that end goal that I'm always working towards.
What are the joys and challenges of songwriting?
The joys of it is when you write a song and you really resonate with that song, and then you play it to just a friend or something, and they relate to the song. That is just an unbelievable feeling that I can't even put into words. It's a magical feeling. The challenge of writing a song, there are good songs, there are bad songs. I mean, there are songs that I've written that I think there's something missing. It's not great. I'm not happy with it yet. So there's challenges where you could have days, weeks, months, or something with not writing any music, because there's nothing there's nothing there to write about. So there's challenges like that, and not being able to really write something, being so critical about yourself, thinking I can't write something as good as what I wrote before, or this isn't good enough. So it's being very critical about yourself and being nervous about how people are going to perceive it. But the joys, they really outweigh the negatives of songwriting. That's what keeps me going, really. It's just when I play it to people and they're empowered by it and they relate to it, and it's the way I feel when I've written it. It's just an amazing feeling that you really can't describe. It's something that I'm never going to give up.
Now, can you talk to me about the experience of creating and releasing really personal music?
It's difficult because the songs on there, they're not just things that have happened to me in the space of just a couple months or something. There's some real emotions that have come up. It's just come up from writing the EP and listening to the songs, because some of the songs really, they touch a nerve. And it's difficult because you're emotionally attached to these things. It's a part of you, and always reliving that, I guess, whilst you're working on it and trying to get it perfect so people can resonate with it like you have. It's trying to convey how you feel, but the best way you can convey it. You don't want it to just be something, I guess, cheap and you've only spent like a couple of hours on or something like that. I wanted to put a lot of effort and time into it to really give it the best chance and just present it the way I feel, so people could really understand. And that's just a big difficulty when writing something and working with something that's so personal to you.
What are your music career goals?
Well, there are many goals that I have as a musician, but the main career goal that I really would love to do is a world tour, but not a world tour like just so people know me or anything like that. A world tour where I can meet people, I can engage with people. You know, I can meet different cultures. I really want to understand, learn different cultures, and just be part of it. Really, you know, I love people, and I'd love to just meet people and chat to them and understand them and everything like that. Really, and music, it really does that on a different level to just talking like this. Music does something different. You know, you really dive into someone's heart and their soul with music. And so I'd love to do a world tour where I can play the music that I relate to in the hope that the audience can relate to it as well. You know, and sharing that is something so personal. It doesn't matter how many people are in that room with you. It could be 10, there could be 1,000. But it's something so personal with all the people that are there because they all relate to it the way you're related to it. And I'd love to feel that, and I'd love to just meet people like that, you know. That's just the main thing. To meet people, and you know, it's hard to describe, but maybe like help change something in the world, you know, help change someone's life or something like that. I think music can really do that. Music is a powerful thing.
I completely agree. Now, what's one piece of advice that you could give for an aspiring musician or a musician who's just starting out in their music career?
The best bit of advice I can give is don't give up. Don't give up if you think you're bad. Don't give up if you think you're not good enough or there's better people, and don't give up when you meet the hard times, you know, or something goes wrong. Like there are tons of performances I've had that have all gone wrong. Guitar batteries died, the strings are broken, something's been out of tune. There are always bad times, and there's nothing we can all do about it. But you've got to remember, out of all the bad times, there's always going to be good times, and that's the main thing you want to focus on. I know it's easier said than done, but I was in exactly the same position. I thought I wasn't good enough. I thought I'm never going to get anywhere. Why am I doing this? Why am I wasting my time? But I can say that I've done some amazing things with music, and I've travelled to places, I've met people, I've really engaged with people, related to them, and you know, it's been an amazing thing. It's changed my life. It really has. I'm a different person now. I've fallen into the world of music. I've got a real appreciation for everything more than I did. So for aspiring musicians out there and ones that are starting out, I'd say just never give up with anything. If you truly love it, just never give up on it, no matter what.
Can you share your social media links?
Yeah, of course. My social media links, you can find me anywhere under the name Jak Lewis. Spelled Jak, J-A-K, and Lewis is L-E-W-I-S. You can find me under Jak Lewis on Facebook and YouTube, and for Instagram and SoundCloud it's Jak Lewis 18. And pretty much if you find me on one of them, you'll find me on all the others.
Is there anyone you'd like to acknowledge for offering you support in your music career?
Yeah, there are a handful. My family, massively my family. My family have been just amazing. support over everything. There are personal problems to music. They've been amazing. They've always been there for me. My girlfriend, she's had to put up with me singing all the time. And she's had to listen to my EP songs over and over and over again. And my good friends, my best friends, I consider family. You know, they've been amazing. They've taken me to gigs. They've just always been there. They've listened to me. They've given me feedback on performances. You know, and just everyone in general. You know, everyone who supported me. You know, I can thank everyone. I love them all.
Is there anything else you'd like to promote or share?
I'm releasing I'm working on some music. I should be releasing some new music in the next few months. I'm in the process of just writing it. I've written it, but I'm writing the other instruments into it at the moment, because I've got the guitar and I've got the vocals. I've just got to write the other instruments into it now. And then I've just got some gigs. I've got one in London, which is September 14th. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I've got some other things that are coming up, but I've got to wait for confirmation just yet. But yeah, there's more to come up, and you'll find it all on my Facebook page.
All right, I would like to give a very big thank you to my guests for joining me here today on the Creative Collective. As always, write your comments below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video. And for all of your promotion, marketing, as well as music career consulting needs, email ennisproductions@gmail.com.